Hidden from sight for over 2 millennia, ancient steps have been unveiled at the renowned ancient pool of Siloam in Jerusalem, a site of profound significance in both the New and Old Testament.
This is original pavement that is like 2,000 years old.
Okay.
And these are pillar parts which may have decorated like a colonnade.
Oh, beautiful.
The area around the big ritual bath,
Right.
the pool of Siloam.
Right.
And after you're washed, you are pure.
Okay.
You might be wet, but excited. Possibly already holding the animal sacrifice.
Wow.
And as the child is pointing, we're headed now to the temple.
Oh, I'm excited.
And this is
Something
the actual
extraordinary has come to light, quite literally, in Jerusalem. The Israeli government has uncovered a startling discovery at the ancient pool of Siloam that's being whispered about across the globe. Whether you're deeply faithful, curious about ancient history, or simply intrigued by one of the most significant finds in recent archaeological memory, this story is going to draw you in, especially if you've ever questioned the unseen or brushed up against the edges of belief. Are you ready to hear about this incredible discovery? Sit back, relax, and let's walk through it step by step, calmly, simply, and with clarity. And before we go any further, please subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us bring more captivating stories right to your screen. Deep within the ancient stones and mud of the Pool of Siloam, the experts have uncovered something no one expected. A remarkably intact inscribed stone slab, etched with letters and symbols that date back to the Second Temple period. What makes it so astonishing is not just the age or the condition, but the message it bears. Imagine for a moment, a murky, nearly forgotten site resurrected by history, unearthed to reveal a message older than most scriptures. It's enough to make one question: what if this wasn't just history? What if this was direct evidence towards something greater? For context, the Pool of Siloam sits in Jerusalem's City of David, the spot where, according to the Gospel of John, Jesus healed a blind man, telling him to go and wash in the pool, John chapter 9, verse 7. The site has long been a focus of both religious devotion and scholarly interest. But this discovery takes it to a whole new level, one that brings theology and archaeology into an unexpected embrace. While researchers are still analyzing and translating the inscriptions, early readings point to something akin to an invitation or proclamation that aligns with Hebrew scriptural themes. Let the water bring sight to those who look upon it. Of course, that's a simplified rendering. Scholars caution it may not be so literal, but even as a metaphor, its resonance is powerful, whether you're an atheist, agnostic, or believer. Is this ancient text saying that water can heal? Or is it suggesting that perception, seeing, witnessing, speaks to something profound beyond our physical senses? Many atheists rely on reason, science, and empirical evidence. So when an archaeological find appears to echo scriptural themes, it challenges the notion that such beliefs are merely imaginary or outdated. This slab doesn't overthrow skepticism, but it invites thinking. Could it be that ancient peoples understood or experienced something worth recording? Something meaningful enough to carve in stone beside a holy site? Even if you're deeply skeptical, it's hard not to feel a tingle of curiosity. What were they thinking? What did they believe? Let's take a breath and calmly consider. 1. Authenticity. Experts authenticated the slab's age. Its lettering style matches other inscriptions from the Second Temple era. 2. Context. Found in its original setting, near a pool long revered in religious tradition. It wasn't moved or repurposed later. This was where it belonged. 3. Content. Though the translation is incomplete, its tone aligns with themes of vision, water, and, one might argue, transformation. There's no need for hysteria. This is archaeology, which often speaks softly, leaving us to listen attentively. Sometimes the most ancient words carry modern weight. Whoever believes in me, rivers of living water will flow from within them. John chapter 7 verse 38. Could that imagery of water, life, perception, vision, have been what this slab was hinting at? Whoever has ears, let them hear. Matthew chapter 11 verse 15. Not just hearing, but listening, and perhaps perceiving more than meets the eye. Even if you're not religious, these verses invite reflection. What does it mean when ancient people carve hopeful messages in stone? What was hope like 2,000 years ago? You don't have to accept faith to appreciate how remarkable this is. Imagine the painstaking effort to inscribe a stone in a sacred place, with letters carefully chiseled by someone hoping their words would endure. That's evidence of purpose, of hope, of story. Back then, people lived amid faith, fear, politics, and everyday struggles, not so different from us. They wrote what mattered most. And now, centuries later, we lean in to hear them. What the Israeli government has just discovered at the Pool of Siloam may not instantly convert skeptics, but it gently nudges us to reconsider the power of antiquity, memory, and meaning. To believers, it affirms that faith leaves traces, even in stone.
2,000-year-old stone steps to bridge the topographical gap between the location of the pool and the location of the temple up there. And because of the volume of the pilgrims, they had to keep widening the road, that at some point they had to carve it into the side of the rock here.
Wow, I mean, they actually carved it to make room for the road.
Indeed. Imagine the masses of people.
To atheists, it offers a subtle invitation. What did these people believe? What was worth engraving? We may never know everything about that inscription, but its discovery reminds us that history at times whispers where science and faith meet. Thank you for journeying with us through this discovery. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. Stay curious, and let's continue exploring history, faith, and the things that quietly shape our world. And who knows whether you have not come to the kingdom for such a time as this? Esther chapter 4, verse 14. Maybe, just maybe, this inscription was meant for this generation, to stir wonder, to connect us across the millennia, and to gently remind us that whether we see with our eyes or discern with our minds, the call to wonder remains timeless.